Okay, now let us quickly start with the practical questions of leverage. Look at this question number 1. Find out the operating leverage from the following data. Sales is given 50,000, variable cost is 60 percentage, and fixed cost is 12,000. So how will you calculate? First, you have to calculate with the help of this format. So how much is the sales? Tell me. 50,000. So here you will write sales 50,000. You will make two columns, particulars and amount. Particulars and amount. I'm just making it without the columns, but you have to make it in the columns. Now variable cost is 60 percentage. So you can write it in the bracket 50,000 into 60 percentage and close the bracket. You will get the answer. Tell me, 50,000 into 60 percentage is how much? Come on, do it on the calci. 50,000 into 60 percentage. Yes, are you doing it?
Ma'am, 30,000.
30,000.
Okay. But you need to be very fast. Okay. Now 30,000 has to be deducted because this is less variable cost. Therefore, we need to put a bracket. Okay. What will be contribution? Contribution is sales minus variable cost.
20,000.
Very good. So this will be 20,000. Okay. What is fixed cost? It is given in the question. It is given in the question. What is fixed cost?
12,000.
Very good. So
12,000.
this is already given in the question and we need to put this amount into bracket. So 20,000 minus 12,000. What will be your EBIT?
8,000.
Very good. 8,000. So now because we have found out everything, we can apply the formula of degree of operating leverage. That's what is asked in the question. Degree of operating leverage. Okay. Only single formula is asked in the question. And information is also given only for one DOL. Contribution. How much is the contribution?
20,000.
What is EBIT?
8,000.
That's the formula. DOL is contribution upon EBIT. And so simple it is. See?
25.
So answer will be 25. Are you sure 25? It should be 2.5, I think.
2.5.
2.50.
Yes, ma'am. 2.50.
2.50. Did you understand how to calculate DOL? Come on, do it quickly. Do it, I'm waiting for you. Ho gaya, sum finish. Sum is over. That's what is asked in the question. And we need to complete this syllabus, the chapter of leverages before our internal exams. So I will engage your extra lectures. Like today, I'm going to take one more lecture from 1 o'clock. That will be your extra lecture. Okay, so you all need to come to the lecture at 1 o'clock or maybe at 1:15. I will inform you at WhatsApp group. Is that okay? Everybody following?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Done with the sum?
No, ma'am. Wait.
Do it, do it. I'm waiting for you. Do it. Yes, everybody is done.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
okay, okay. Okay, let us quickly start with the next question. See, very simple. Find out the financial leverage from the following data. Net worth is 25 lakhs. Debt equity ratio is 3:1. Interest rate is 12% and operating profit. Remember, operating profit means EBIT. What is operating profit? The another name of EBIT is operating profit. So what is operating profit? What is operating profit? It is as same as EBIT. It is also known as EBIT. So EBIT can be referred to as operating profit. So whenever operating profit comes, you have to write EBIT. Okay. Now see here, look here. Net worth. Net worth is already given 25 lakhs. Debt equity ratio is already given 3:1. So you have a formula of debt equity ratio. You have already done in management accounting ratio analysis. Yes or no? Come on, quickly tell me. In management accounting, you have already done no ratio analysis.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, in semester 3. So there you have already learned the formula of debt equity ratio. What is the formula of debt equity ratio? Debt upon equity. Equity means net worth. Okay. So net worth is already given 25 lakhs. So debt equity ratio is already given 3:1. So 3, debt equity ratio is 3, or you can say 3/1. It's one and the same thing. 3/1 is 3 only. So 3 is equals to debt is question mark, net worth is 25 lakhs. Net worth means equity. Okay, so here after cross multiplying, we will get the debt. 3 into 25 lakhs. The debt will be 75 lakhs. And the interest rate is 12%. So interest 12% on debt. That means debt is 25 lakhs. Sorry, 75 lakhs. So 75 lakhs into 12% is 9 lakhs. This has to be done for calculation of interest. And why we need to calculate interest? Because we need EBT. How should we calculate EBT? By deducting interest from EBIT. EBIT is given in the question? Yes, EBIT is given in the question. Operating profit is nothing but EBIT only. So EBIT is 20 lakhs. Just now we calculated interest 9 lakhs. So 20 lakhs minus 9 lakhs, you will get EBT, that is 11 lakhs. And the full form of EBT is earning before tax. And what did they ask you to calculate?
Financial
Financial leverage.
leave.
Very good. Financial leverage means DFL. DFL, degree of financial leverage. And the formula of degree of financial leverage is EBIT upon EBT. EBIT was already given in the question, 20 lakhs. And now EBT we have found out 11 lakhs. So 20 lakhs divided by 11 lakhs will be 1.81. Did you get? There is just one
Yes,
trick.
ma'am.
Yeah, there is just one trick. Between EBIT and EBT, we have to calculate interest. And that until that interest is deducted from EBIT, how we will arrive at EBT? So to calculate interest, there is just information. There is one information which is given for debt equity ratio. Ratio is already given 3. Debt is not given, but net worth is given 25 lakhs. So 25 lakhs into 3 will be 75 lakhs debt. As soon as we get the debt, the interest rate is applicable on that, 12%. So interest rate is 12% on 75 lakhs debt. Therefore, interest will be 9 lakhs rupees. Come on, do it. Solve it. I'm giving you 2 minutes to solve. This is degree of financial leverage. They are asking you to calculate degree of financial leverage. Done, no? Yes. Now sum number 3. See, everything is given and all the 3 formulas are asked. See, an analytical statement of QME company is shown below. It is based on the output sales level of 60,000 units. Sales is given, less variable cost contribution is given, less the fixed cost EBIT is given, less interest EBT is given, less tax EAT is given. Full format has been made in the question only. You just need to calculate all the formulas, all the types of leverages: degree of operating leverage, degree of financial leverage, and degree of combined leverage. So shall we begin? See, first of all, just give me 2 minutes to explain you. Degree of DOL, you need to write degree of operating leverage. Okay, Degree of operating leverage is contribution upon, and you need to write full form. EBIT is not allowed in the question paper. Even if you are writing in the question paper contribution upon EBIT, then when you complete your solution part, at the end of the solution, you need to write where EBIT is equals to earning before interest and tax, EBT is equals to earning before tax, DOL is degree of operating leverage, DFL is degree of financial. Wherever you have written short forms, at the end of the solution part, you need to just show them once that wherever I have written short form, this is the full form of that particular thing. Is it clear, everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So if you want, you can write contribution upon EBIT. But then at the end of the solution, you will have to write where EBIT is equals to earning before interest and tax at least once. Okay. So at the end, right? At the end, if you are writing at the end, that means you'll write it only once, no? So that is beneficial. EBIT here, written short form. EBIT here, written short form. Okay. So 2 times short form, 1 time full form will save your time. Every time writing full forms I mean take your too much of time, no? That is why writing shortcuts in the formula, and then at the end of the solution you have to show them the full forms just once. Okay. So operating leverage, degree of operating leverage, the formula is contribution upon EBIT. So this is my contribution 4 lakhs and this is my EBIT 1,60,000. Dividing them, we will get 2.5. Degree of financial leverage, and the formula is EBIT upon EBT. So 1,60,000 upon 1 lakh. See, 1,60,000 upon 1 lakh. So it is 1.60. Okay. Combined leverage. They have calculated both the formulas to make you understand the answers are same. Whether you apply the first formula or you apply the second formula, answer will be same. You can check. You don't apply both of them in the question paper. You need to apply only one and check with the other formula that whether my answer is right or wrong. Okay. So combined leverage, the formula is contribution upon EBT. So what is contribution? 4 lakhs. What is EBT? 1 lakh. So 4 lakh divided by 1 lakh is 4. And now you can calculate you can cross verify the answer of 4 of the combined leverage by calculating another formula, optional formula, operating leverage into degree of financial leverage. What was the answer of degree of operating leverage? 2.5. And what is the answer of degree of financial leverage? 1.6.
1.6.
Yes. So 2.5 into 1.6 will also be 4.
4.
You check, no? You check it in your calculator. The answer will be 4, means this 4 will match with this 4, means you are doing your sum correctly. Okay, do it fast, come on, quickly. This is the question and you need to solve it by your own self. Do it, I'm giving you 5 minutes. Yes, are you done with the solution part?
Yes, ma'am, done.
Okay, so what is DOL? Is it 2.5?
Yes, ma'am.
DFL 1.6?
Yes, ma'am.
And combined leverage DCL is 4?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, look at the next question. Calculate degree of operating leverage, degree of financial leverage, and degree of combined leverage from the following data. Sales, 1 lakh units at the rate 2 per unit. That means rupees 2 lakhs. So 1 lakh into 2 is 2 lakhs. Variable cost is 0.70 per unit. So 0.70 into 1 lakh units, we will get the amount. Fixed cost 1 lakh. Interest charges rupees 3,668. This is question number 1 in which you have to answer degree of operating leverage, degree of financial leverage, and degree of combined leverage. In second question B part, which combination they are questioning you that which combination of operating and financial leverage constitute risky and idle situation. Okay, I will tell you that. First we need to complete A part. So to complete, we need to make first statement, income statement, which starts from sales, ends on EBT, because tax is not given, no? So there is no point to write less tax, EAT, because tax is not given. So write down sales, three columns will be made, particulars, per unit column and amount column. Now how many units are made? 1 lakh units are sold in the market. So here in the particulars column, you can write it in the bracket 1 lakh units. Okay. Now sales. Sales is this 1 lakh units, you will write it in the bracket here. 1 lakh units into 2 per unit. So your amount will be 2 lakhs. Last column is amount column, okay? 2 lakhs. Less variable cost 0.70 per unit. So in the per unit column, you will write 0.70. And this 0.70 has to be multiplied with what to get the amount? How many units? 1 lakh units.
1 lakh unit.
Yes, so 1 lakh units into 0.70, answer is 70,000 variable cost. You will get contribution. So 2 lakhs minus 70,000, answer is 1 lakh 30,000 contribution. Fixed cost is already given 1 lakh. So you'll deduct 1 lakh from contribution, you'll get 30,000 as EBIT. Interest charges are already given. Interest means interest on borrowed funds. 3,668. You will deduct this from EBIT and you will get EBT. Now everything is there in the statement, income statement. Now you need to find out all the formulas. DUL. DUL is contribution upon EBIT. What is contribution? 1 lakh 30. What is EBIT? 30. You will get the answer. DFL is EBIT upon EBT. What is EBIT? How much is EBIT? 30,000.
30,000.
And what is EBT?
26,332.
Very good. 26,332. So you'll divide both of them and you'll get the answer. And last DCL formula is contribution upon EBT. So contribution is 1 lakh 30 and EBT is 26,332. So that 4.93 can be verified by multiplying the answers of DOL and DFL. Means 4.33 into 1.13. You need to check whether it is 4.93. At the end, that has to be done on the calculator. Okay. Come on, do this much now. Do this much and I will help you out with this B part. But before that, you do this much. Come on, quickly. Only 2-3 minutes. Okay, now look at the last question, B part. Which combination of operating and financial leverage constitute risky situation? When both the leverages will be high, it will be risky situation. Very simple. Very simple, no? When degree of operating leverage and degree of financial leverage, both the leverages are high. That means it constitutes a risky situation. Okay. What is the idle situation? Idle means both of them are low. See. See here. High operating leverage combined with high financial leverage will constitute a risky situation. That's what I told you just now. When it will be risky situation? When both the financial leverage and combined leverage are high. When it is known as normal situation, when either of them is high and another one is low. When it is called as normal situation, when one of them is high and the other one is low. Suppose degree of financial leverage is high, degree of operating leverage is low, and vice versa. Degree of operating leverage is high and degree of financial leverage is low. So one of them is high and another one is low, normal situation. Both are high, risky situation. Both are low, ideal situation. Ideal means the best situation. I hope you understood. Hmm? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Write down. Write down B part. under that B part, there are 3 different sentences. They are not asking you for normal situation, but we will answer because we will help. It will help you understand what is normal situation also. So let us quickly write down the 3 statements under B. B, and then you can write down 1, 2, 3. Okay. 1, high operating leverage combined with high financial leverage. High operating leverage combined with high financial leverage will constitute, come on, write fast, will constitute a risky situation. Full stop. Next, to point number 2. When one of the leverage is high and another one is low, when one of the leverage is high and another one is low, comma, it constitutes a normal situation. It constitutes a normal situation. Done this much?
Yes, ma'am.
Last point, third. When both the leverages are low, when both DOL and DFL are low, comma, it constitutes an ideal situation. It constitutes an ideal situation. Done. When both the leverages are low, it constitutes an ideal situation. So what constitutes risky, normal and ideal? Did you understand? Now we will join.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, now we will join at 1 o'clock. Huh? Remember, I'm
Okay,
taking
ma'am.
extra lecture at 1 o'clock. So you all have to join. Okay? I
Okay,
will
ma'am.
write you in the
Bye,
WhatsApp.
ma'am.
Yeah, I will put a message in WhatsApp group. Okay? For timings.